So blackwealthmasterplan.com. There's no THE. Feel free to go there. And if you want to know the Black Wealth Master Plan, what is that? The Black Wealth Master Plan is that every child in our community that we're responsible for, every B1 child, every child of an intelligent Black person should know how to start a business by the age of 12. It takes less than 100 hours to make them an outstanding entrepreneur. They have to know how to start a business by the age of 12 so they can have the freedom to increase their income if they want to. They won't have to worry about whether or not white people will hire them. If they lose their job, they're always going to have an option. They're always going to be the first ones to be able to extract their own value instead of depending on somebody else to extract their value. See, that's the thing. If you don't know how to extract the value out of your own skill, then guess what? Your boss certainly will. Your boss is going to pay you $40 an hour and make $150 an hour because nobody taught you how to drill for your own oil, so to speak. Shout out to Guyana, which now has one of the largest oil reserves on the planet, right? But they don't know how to drill out and extract their own oil. So guess what? ExxonMobil and Shell and all these other companies are all closing in on Guyana right now because they're going to go and extract that oil and take a cut, right? But if you know how to drill your own oil, you don't have to give a cut to anybody. So every Black child should know how to start a business by the age of 12. It takes less than 100 hours to make them better at entrepreneurship than 95% of the population. That is interesting because we spend thousands of hours learning how to play basketball and football. All it takes is 100 hours for them to be a great entrepreneur. They can still play basketball after that. Number two, every Black child should own stock by the age of 5 and have someone consistently buying stock for them from the time that they're born, really, if possible. But if you can't do that, then start by the age of 5, buy them stock consistently. If you do that, then that money is going to continue to grow. And by the time they're 20 or 25 years old, they'll have 6 figures, which means that they're no longer in any sort of economic struggle. They're now in a position of prosperity. They've gone from playing strugglenomics to playing powernomics. They've now gone from being oppressed to being able to go out and do whatever the hell they want. So it's up to you to put them in the position to do that. Economics is a relay race. You got the baton. You need to run that baton fast. If you don't run your leg fast in the Olympics, you'll see this. If you don't run your leg fast, it doesn't matter how fast your children are. They're still going to lose the race. So you are on the second leg of this relay race, and your grandchild is waiting on the anchor leg, looking across the track to see how fast you're going. They're looking across the track to see if you even drop the baton or not. Because some of us are dropping the baton. Some of us are throwing the baton over the fence and into the infield, and we somehow think that our grandkids are going to be able to run. Well, when you throw the baton, when you drop the baton, it doesn't matter. You can have Usain Bolt on the anchor leg, but it doesn't matter how fast he is now because you dropped the damn baton. You didn't do your job. So what is your job? Your job is to run as fast as you can and hold on to the stick. Your job is to keep the dream alive so that you can pass the dream on to somebody else. If you don't do that, then nothing else matters. You will have the brightest, most extraordinary children in your community with all the genius in the world, all the work ethic on the planet, and they're going to end up slaves because you dropped the damn baton. I don't think we want that for our kids. What's the third piece? The third piece is that every Black child should know how to, they should be in a position to make a down payment on real estate when they're 21 years old. They don't have to buy real estate at 21. They might buy it at 25 or 26, but they should be in a position to put a down payment on real estate, which means two things. Number one, having the capital, and number two, knowing what to do. Just knowing the basics, like that owning is better than renting, knowing how to buy a property. You could teach them this in a day. It does not take long. And Lord Jesus, we have it takes. I think I did the math one time with y'all. Let me do the precise math here, so we can really just see this. Do you know? Did you know that there's 8,760 hours in a year? I don't know if y'all know that. And did you know that between the ages of 0 and 18, you have 157,680 hours of time that could be invested in teaching your child? You know that you have 157,680 hours worth of time. Now, if you value that time, because time does have value, there's something in finance called the time value of money. Time has value in options. If you go into stock options class, you'll see where we sell time. This morning, when I was selling my options, I sold some long-term call options on Coinbase and made $30,000 because I was basically selling time. I literally printed money out of thin air because I have this asset that I can manipulate, and I sold time and I got $30,000, which allows me to go and pay off the credit card or whatever I want to do. So this 157,680 hours, if you value that time at $50 an hour, that is $7.8 million. That's $7,884,000 that literally you have that you can invest in that child. You have all this time that you can invest